Hello everybody, my name is DVL Toka, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about productivity as an artist, as a person, as a self. Productivity is something us artists always go through. Some of us have great production, we're always on it, we're always ready for the next step, and we have everything planned out. Some of us have issues with being productive, some of us just don't want to draw, or feel like, oh man, I don't have to draw today, or I don't have to draw tomorrow, stuff like that. Or you're in a state where you aren't as productive as you want to be, or you are as productive as you want to be, or you're the most productive person in the world, but you still feel like you should be more productive, even though you already are productive enough. Some might say workaholic, some might say you need to rest, but resting to you feels like time being wasted when it isn't. I've dealt with that a lot in recent, I've always been on my work grind, always. And outside of this art stuff, I don't really, I play video games, I chill, I go out, I do stuff. It's nice. But having a balance between work and life has always been an issue for me. And as you know, with this channel, I'm always talking about problems that us as artists has, but I usually come at it from my perspective, from the issues that I've dealt with, and you also can put your input in, because I can't speak for everyone. I can't tell you how to be more productive, because everyone's different, but I can tell you how I fixed my issues. And you can take that what you will. You can go in there, put it into your own, or try what I did. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, everyone has their own way of dealing with stuff. But for productivity, for me, I've always had this crazy thing where I draw so much. I'm out there putting out beautiful drawings every time. Boom, 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 boom. With speed. And I'm doing really good. And then I forget that I'm working, I'm doing all these drawings, I'm doing it so much that I forget to take that rest. And I would be doing 5 drawings a day, 2 drawings a day, 4 drawings, doing a whole lot of drawings daily. And I would genuinely know what's gonna come up. I knew when I hit that high, I was gonna get a real bad low. But I still did it anyways, because I thought to myself, it's not gonna happen to me this time, I'm good. See, that's what happens when you get stuck into that cycle. You never really know how to fix stuff. Especially for someone like me that knows you have a problem, and you want to fix it in yourself, you just don't know how to go about it. But luckily for me, I ended up, changing a whole lot of things around. There'll be times where I know I gotta work, so I delete a lot of my games. I delete every game I have, and I just focus on working product and being productive, learning a new skill, whether I'm going in Unreal Engine, going into Maya, or I'm, going back into Photoshop, doing a drawing that I, haven't finished, or stuff like that. I do that type of stuff to make myself feel productive, But I always have that issue that I'm continuously trying to chase something else. Because if I don't know what to do, the issue of not knowing is, it's hard to fear the unknown when you know what you're gonna do. But it's also really hard to know what you're gonna do if everything's unknown to you. As an artist, we draw. That's our livelihood. Not only do we draw, we always try to draw something with some type of purpose behind it, whether it is drawing just beautiful landscape for the purpose that is self-fulfillment, or doing it for a portfolio, or doing it for a job. But we always draw behind something. But when that something, that purpose gets hazy, you don't know what you're doing anymore, that's when productivity hits an all-time low. Now, I will tell you this, and I've told you this multiple times. I don't know what you're doing as you're watching this video, but if you're looking at if you're just looking at your screen or looking at this video, I make these videos with the intention of having it put in the background while you draw, or having it put in the background while you're doing something. Because I will tell you this, like I said many times, not being motivated or not being productive, they're two different things. Motivation comes nowhere from art. Discipline comes from art. You know, you discipline yourself, you pace yourself accordingly. You know when you're gonna draw, and you have that schedule put out. That's what equals good productivity, when you plan. I will always tell my people, and even prior students that I used to teach, I would always tell them drawing is 90% planning and 10% drawing. And the more you plan, the easier it is to draw. The less you plan, the harder it is to draw. You see, because if you know exactly what you're gonna do, have all your references put together, compiled together in one single thing, and you know exactly what you're gonna draw, you know the world, you know the story, you know whatever, even if it's a character, it can work for anything, even props. Like, if you know exactly what you're gonna do, then the drawing process is easy. The drawing, you just gotta make it now. Boom. Yes, that does vary whether you know how to draw or you don't. But even if you don't know how to draw, having a good plan still makes that drawing process way much easier than going in blind. That's productiveness. You be productive just like that. If you're watching this video, I hope you draw. If you know you have to do stuff, even that you don't like. I had this conversation with my girlfriend recently about how she hates environments, and I'm an environment artist. You know, she enjoys looking at them. She enjoys the art of it. She enjoys everything that comes from it, you know, loves that stuff. But she hates making them, you know? And yeah, I'm an environment artist. As an environment artist, I'm obviously, I don't see that. We don't see eye to eye on that. And that's okay. But she doesn't have to make environments. That's why there's multiple jobs out there. She loves making props for, you know, like little weapons, little potions, little stuff, you know, props that you see in games. I hate that with a passion. Not gonna lie, I completely hate it. I don't like doing props. I don't like model. Like, the only time I like doing props is when I'm putting them in my environment. But if my prop is my main focus, I hate doing it because it seems boring to me. I don't enjoy it. It's genuinely pain when I have to do a prop. That's why my portfolio either has no props, or if I do have a prop, it's at the very bottom of my portfolio. So every employer out there sees that. No, they won't see that I do props, you know. But if they do look all the way down there, they'll see that I at least know how to do it. And if they want me to do it, I'll do it. But yeah, I genuinely don't like doing that stuff. But she enjoys it. She finds it nice. There's a difference right there. But us knowing what our likes and dislikes makes our productiveness better, because we know what to work towards now. We're not running in blind in this industry. We're running in with at least a notion of what we like and don't like. We don't like it. Well, she doesn't like environments, so she's not going to be doing an environment job. But she knows exactly that she likes props, so she might do a prop job. She likes doing characters, she might do a character job. I like doing environments and characters. They're the only things that I enjoy doing. But if, you know, push came to shove, just like her, if push came to shove, she would do an environment if it was, you know, at the very bottom, you know what I mean? And I would do a prop if it's like literally the very last thing they want me to do. Like, hey man, like if they genuinely can't find anyone, I would even warn them, like, dude, you know. But, you know, whatever pays the bills. So push came to shove, we would do it. But for us having that notion of what to do, you already have that idea. And so you become more productive. Because you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you don't want. Now if you apply that to when you draw, you know exactly what to put on there because you did everything. You did your research, you did your reference, you did everything that you need to do. And boom. Now it becomes easier. You're becoming more productive. It seems more easy. I say a lot of stuff is easy. Like when I draw, I tell a lot of people that this is easy. It's not because I'm completely an arrogant a-hole. It's because I know how to go about it. See, nothing is impossible in this art stuff. Even the crazy drawings that you see, there's just little tips and tricks that we use to do that. You know, stuff seems easy to me because I understand it not just from the full perspective of, wow, I'm going to make this big landscape thing, but I see it in the pieces that it takes to make that landscape. And so I say it's easy. Of course, it's hard, and every artist dislikes their work to a certain extent, and we always strive to get better. But I say it's easy for that standpoint because it's not impossible. Stuff that is hard is stuff that I think is impossible for me, not stuff that I see within my hand, within the grasp of my hand. That's what we as artists are. We break everything down. We make stuff that looks impossible look easy. So, I would encourage everyone to be more productive. And when I use the word productive, understand what that means. Understand that means planning. Understand that means scheduling. Understand that means pacing. And overall, understand that means responsibility. There's no being productive if you're not responsible for yourself. That's what I want you to take away from this video, is that everyone can do this. Everyone can. If you're sitting there not drawing one day, knowing dang well you want to do this as a job, then you're just hurting yourself. If you're out there making little cartoons and anime when you're trying to when you're trying to go to a place like EA or Naughty Dog or Ubisoft that makes that type of art, I'll show you some on the screen, then keep doing anime, because I love anime. I'll let you know, like, I love anime. I draw anime, but I don't put it on my portfolio. You can still have that mode of making the cutesy stuff, making the cartoons and all that stuff. But if you don't want to work for a cartoon place or an animation studio, then you're only hurting yourself in the long run. Because time goes by so fast, people, in a blink of an eye. I'm just a kid. I'm 18 years old. And I understand this concept a little too well at this early age. That time is of the essence, and it flies by way too fast. So don't crutch yourself, because while I'm drawing my anime characters and not drawing what I'm supposed to be doing, like, going into Unreal Engine, learning me some 3D environments, making ultra realistic environments and stuff like that, and I'm not doing that, but I'm just choosing to draw anime because that's what I like, but my job that I want to go to in the future doesn't have that stuff, then guess what? The more I put that off, the more I'm hurting myself. The more you're just setting yourself up for failure. Go have your fun. Because at the end of the day, art is about having fun. And that's what we're supposed to do. Have fun. But when you want it as a job, you're going to be doing some not so fun things. Maybe for a lot of your first jobs, you're going to be doing a lot of not so fun things. But guess what, man? You'll get there. You will. And that's what separates us from professionals and just artists. When you can get through the hard stuff, the stuff that you dislike, and keep pushing forward, knowing that you could do and become something greater. Yeah. So, please, take from this video is stop complaining, do your art, pace yourself right, and become more productive in that. Okay? If you complain like a little kid, then guess what, dude? You're a kid. That's all you are. Act like a freaking adult and man up or woman up, whatever, you know, or anything, you know what I mean? Dude, stop complaining and just do it. Because you want to be taken seriously. If you want to be a professional, act like a professional. That is what my teacher told me, and that is something that I take with me to my grave. I will always take that. I think I used that like notion wrong. Like, take it with me. I'm not taking it to my grave. Like, I'm telling people about it. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely keeping that. Act like a professional, even if you aren't professional yet. Cause you get, you know, that's how I went about my career a lot, and that's how you should go about yours. That is a good piece of advice, and you should act upon it. But yeah, this video is far too long. Thank you, everyone, and I love you all. Keep drawing.